right using a mouse, you know. Hey up, guys. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube channel. This is the Rendervate Live show. And gonna knock out an hour tonight. We're gonna get it knocked out. Just waiting for a few people to jump on. Okay. So that's from. So who's with me? Who's on? Looks like it's just me. Are you on, you? Are you on? Give us a load then. Have you liked it, yeah? So, guys, I'm going to start anyway because it's going to be recorded, this. But listen, boy, you do not even know what happened to me today. Honestly. Yes, Jay. Hope you're good, bro. Smashed that Gable off today, didn't you? I like to see that. But yeah, check this out, right? So whoever's jumped on early now, you're gonna get to hear a funny story. So this is something, right, that like it's never happened to me before. In all the time I've been rendering, in all the time I've been plastering, this has never happened before. So I'm take off all the soil stacks on this house, right? Because they were so easy. Usually I just go around them and that, like, you know, but these were so easy to come off. So I took the top one off, right? And I took the big main one down off. So I took them off, put them to the side. Said to the customer, I said, Sue, said, I'm rendering the bottom half of this gable end, getting all the bottom half on. I'm going to rule it and mesh it. Yeah. So I've took the soil stack off because it's quite easy to take off, and it'll be a better finish if I can get right behind it and rule it all up. So tell your lad that basically I've done it. You know what I mean? So he don't use toilet. So I've done this before. I've done this before when I was putting on a coat on before, and yeah, so they're aware. So anyhow, I'm spraying this wall. I sprayed all the bottom half of the gable, gone over one side. I knew I'd gone a bit thin in some places, so I moved back a bit, started to build it back out again. So as I'm going, I just walk past where the soil stack comes, where the actual comes out of the wall. Seemed like a bit of water come out, like only a trickle. So I've gone, like that shouldn't trickle. Like, I know it might be a bit of overflow from toilet, whether I don't know. You know when water goes in, I don't know. Then I thought, wait there a minute, I've had my ear pods in as well. So I took one out just so I could hear. And I've looked up and all I heard was this water coming. So I moved out of the way quick, mate. Boosh! All the fucking piss coming down the wall, man. So basically the guy's gone to the toilet, then forgot all about it. And literally it's all just flew down the side of the wall, washed all my render off. You know, where that would have been obviously sort of a perfect channel going down, but it was only we. You know what I mean? It won't poo. So I was like thinking, I do not need a log coming out of this, mate, because, oh my God. Anyway, it was all piss and that, and just washed on the wall off. That part of the wall off. First time it's happened to me. I'm so glad, right, that it give me like a little warning. Now, if you imagine, right, imagine if I would just have my AirPods in and there were no, like, pre-trickle, and it just come shooting out. Imagine that. Imagine, says, if I would have stood there and it just flew on my head. Oh, mate, I'd have been livid. Oh, so anyway, I messaged Glass. I said, what's going on here? I said, did you let him know that I took them all off? She went, yeah. Anyway, he's come out and he was proper like, I'm sorry, mate. I've totally forgot. I said, don't worry about it. It's all right, man. It's just literally pissing down wall, but don't worry about it. Like, laugh out loud, no pun on that. And he's like, he'll proper go in, and she was as well. I was like, don't worry about it. He's like, jet washed the wall off. I thought, I ain't rolling that up, you know what I mean? So I jet washed that section of wall off. I just took it completely off and went again. Yeah, well, obviously that part didn't dry all day because it's soaking, you know what I mean? It was piss wet through. Like that, babe. Piss wet through, you know, little pun. So yeah, that is the first time that has ever happened to me. The first time in all the years I've done this job. I've never ever Yeah, Jay, she actually did. She went and writ on A4 piece of paper on, because they've got like 2 toilets upstairs, an ensuite and a house bathroom. She writ on pieces of paper and stuck them on the toilet. She said, "Do not use." That's what she did. Do not use. So that's what she stuck on there. But yeah, man, it was it was wrecking that. I've had a couple of close calls on this job, to be honest. So another thing on this job, it's funny. Well, it's not funny because I didn't get a belt, but it was quite close, because usually I check every wire, me. Even when I'm taking it off, every wire, I check it, every wire. I just get my little thing out and I test them, you know what I mean? And anyway, yesterday, I was taking off an old light that they don't want. It's almost dead of pulling, because they've told me all the lights are off. But I said, I'm sure this light's still on, you know, because I come one morning, it was pretty dark, it was overcast and dark. I said it were on. She went, no, we've turned them all off. All right, cool. So anyhow, I'm pulling this light off, yeah. I've got everything off the wall, got it all away, and it's literally just left is the chuck box. So I'm about to grab it, yeah. And I thought, you know what? Nah, let me check this, because I don't really know if to turn this off, you know. So I didn't grab it. I've gone downstairs, got my pen, gone back up, put it on. I went, woof, boo. I went, oh my God. So I rang her, I got, look, this wire's still on. Nah, it's off. I said, trust me, it's on. To put the thing on it. She went, oh no. Nearly blew me up, man. So I've had a couple of close scrapes on her. So anyway, she's in the fuse board, testing all these wires, turning them off, fuses off while I've got the pen on. And anyway, it were the lights for the full house, more or less. So she's done that and took it off. But that was a close call as well. I usually check everything, me. You know what I mean? I don't just go for it. So yeah, on that occasion, that'd have been it'd been a bit wrecky, that, wouldn't it? Getting a belt as well. But yeah, man, other than that, yeah, I've had a good day. Apart from really getting pissed on, it's been good. But yeah, man, how are you guys, man? Thanks for asking how I am. Big Bamboo. I'm good, brother. I'm good. Wayne Cox, buzzing. Simon Hill, fuming. Happens, man. It happens. But it doesn't happen his first time. Yes, Glenn, I hope you're good, matey. Who else we got? Mark Neeson, cheers for sharing it to the Travel Talk group, man. Yeah, I hope you're all well, man. I hope you're all good. Yeah, so that's what's happened to me today. And actually, I've got a couple of things to talk about with you, actually, to be fair. RB Builds and Leisure on YouTube. Easy, bro. I hope you're all right. Yeah. So again, I've had a few more not emails. I've had a few more people asking me, like, you know, questions and stuff like that. And like I say, I am being rude. I just can't get back to everyone. So I've had a few questions and stuff like that. But what I have had as well, I've had that's beauty. As a young'un playing with a drill. Yeah, he's playing with the tools. So I bought my best mate's got a little baby boy, and he's had his it was his second birthday on Friday, just gone. And what day was it? It was on the he got back from holiday on the Friday. Yeah. So what day was his birthday though? Was it Monday or Monday, wasn't it? Yeah. It was the 19th. Yeah, the 19th it was. So anyway, it's his birthday. And I got him a toolkit. I got him his first toolkit. So he will be more clued up with tools than his dad, because his dad doesn't know how to use a drill. So he'll be more clued up than him. So I got him a little tool set. You know, one of them like Fisher Price or something like that. But he's got a drill in there, he's got an hammer, he's got all that. So I've got him a tool belt. But my mate has sent me a video of him playing with it. So I'll have a look at that when I get off. But yeah, yes, Carl, how you doing? Carl's gaffer at Direct, top man. Wayne Anger, I trialled up. I trialled up being a cooker box. What? I trialled up being behind. I trialled up behind a cooker box years ago. Blew my trowel up and threw me across the room. Fuck my best skimming trowel, 20 years old. Oh my God. Yeah. I've had loads. I've had live walls, me, Wayne, as well. It's mad in it when you're on the when you're skimming a wall and it goes live, like where the socket's got plastering and the walls are live. Every time you touch it, you get a belt. Yeah. Oh man, I don't miss that. Paul Harris, yes, my pal. Big up Paul Harris, man. Always say good evening to my mate. Working at EWI Pro now. They've got a good one there. But yeah, it's guys, yeah. I tell you what we'll do, yeah. Write in the comments, yeah, on any whatever you're on, the worst thing that's happened to you on site, like Wayne's being electrocuted threw across the room and best his trowel up. I nearly got pissed on. But other than that, I'll tell you my worst thing. But you guys write in here and I'll read out your story and give you a shout out of the best ones. But yeah, I've had a few. I've seen a few as well. I've had a few things on site. At one time I went through a scaffold, and do you know what? I wasn't even that heavy at the time, so it must have been proper rotten. Like, but I was walking across a scaffold, and traveling up the ceiling, it was a bit bouncy, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm doing that, and I swear to God, it just went snap, right? And I went down, and I was right near the trestle, and the trestle scratched straight up my thigh, all up my thigh, cut me up. I was like, oh, you know that pain where, you know that type of pain where you just you kind of hold your breath, like you just don't want to carry on. You just want to go. It was like that. And you know what the mad thing was about it? When it snapped and I went through, I just stood straight up. Obviously, when I went down, but it was so quick. I just thought, fucking hell, that was rapid. Boom, straight through, and it just sliced my leg. So that was a painful one. Yeah, one of the funniest things I've seen on a job for me, what I seen, and it was hilarious. When I first started plastering, right, I worked for Roddy's, and I used to work with a top geezer called Jamie Mitchell, sick plasterer, proper good plasterer, he was, good lad, strong guy. He used to be able to carry like 5 plaster boards upstairs like that, just with his grip, you know what I mean? He was a good lad, really nice guy. And I remember labouring on him, right? He just took the piss out of me. He had me labouring on him all the time, hacking off the full house. And then once it was wrapped off, yeah, he'd help me. I'd get me to load it out with him, and then he'd start plastering while I had to rest the house off. So we'd hack a room off. Then he'd start room plastering while I hacked everything else off and got it to skip. Bit of a liberty, really. So I was pissed off, right? And I was thinking, wanky, won't even let me do it with him, man. Fucking hell, blah, blah. Anyway, I went into the kitchen one time, right? And he was like this. Like that, yeah. Holding white, and he had his trowel there and he had his hand like that. And then he let go, and then he sat down on upright, and he sat just like that. So I've seen this, and I've gone like that. I've gone, yo, what? I didn't know what had happened. I've gone, yo, what you doing? Like, what you doing, geezer? What you doing? And he was like, sat there like that, yeah. And he proper looked up, and he just looked at me and like went, fucking hell, man, I just died. I was like, hey, how'd you just die? I'm just getting electrocuted, and you're just fucking stood there looking at me. I went, I didn't even know what was happening. I just thought he was fucking about. He was like, that, up, and he was like, that, mate, full blown. Couldn't let go of the thing, and obviously went to it and went brush, but I didn't know, it was brand new. You know what I mean? He just got electrocuted. It was hilarious, man. Honest to God, his face. Oh, mate, his face. And like, but rest of the day, he was dead quiet. He used to take piss out of me and that, but rest of the day, he was dead quiet. He was proper, like, literally fucking shook. You know what I mean? It was funny, man. I was laughing my head off, me. I was like, keep going, lad. Serves you right for making me fucking labour on you, you sausage. But yeah, he was a good guy, man. Good plasterer. My labourer put his shovel in a cement mixer to clean around the edges and smashed his arm to fuck. He never did it again. Mate, you got to be careful with moving stuff like that. You know what I mean? You've got to be careful with shit like that, man. Doing a retrofit. Paul Harris doing a retrofit EWI job and was extending stink pipe. Tall boy who lived there not to use toilet. Oh no. He had a piss in the sink instead of Tall boy had a piss in the sink instead, waste pipe not connected, so ended up piss all over it. He just thought you meant not use cars in it. He just pissed all over it. It's a nightmare. Listen, if someone pisses on me at work, yeah, that's my day done. Like, I'm off home. I'm done. No, wait there. Let me see this. Fucking hell, lad. What have I started here? Yo.
That one's bad.
The guy I was working with drilled through the wall into old lady's house. I've got a funny one actually that's similar to this. Guy I was working with drilled through the wall into old lady's house next door, straight into gas pipe, and set it on fire. The house was burning. I had to kick the door in to get her out of the house because she was panicking, shocking me. I didn't sleep for about a week after. That is some deep shit, man. This job's dangerous, man. Like, you can do some mad shit. Honestly, you can. Imagine if it had just gone boom. You know what I mean? Never mind fucking setting on fire. Yeah, get out of here, you little sauce. Imagine that. Yeah, that's a wrecky one, that, mate. But that brings me back to one of my first one of our first drill and inject jobs I did, right? So when you do these jobs, you drill into the damp course level, right? And then you inject in like a resin or it's like a rubber resin thing that's meant to stop damp rising. But on the returns in on solid walls, you're meant to come in a little bit. I think it was 500, or it might have been a meter, I'm not sure. Someone who does damp proof will probably correct me, but we were doing it anyway. I thought we had to do it, so we were doing it. So check this, I'm with this guy called Darren Jowett. Not the brightest of kids anyway, yeah. So we're doing this job, right? And we've downstairs flat, act it off, and we've got to fucking drill and inject. So we drilled it, and then I'm doing the fucking injecting now. Used to get these tubes, right, that are like the massive, mate, big tubes are like the resin or whatever it is, the massive tubes, but like 15 to 20 pound a tube, yeah. So anyhow, we've drilled this in this, drilled it, yeah. So I'm there pumping it, right. So I'm thinking, you're meant to pump until it comes out of your hole. That's what you're meant to do. That means it's filled up as far as it'll go. Then you go on to the next one. And so you pump it until it comes back out of the hole. So I'm pumping this thing, yeah. I'm thinking, okay, now, taking a lot of gear, this one. So I'm pumping it, yeah, like that. Chuck us another tube. This one was fucking taking loads. So he chucked me another tube, yeah, and put it on. I'm pulling it again, and I've gone, nah, this can't be right, mate. I've done the tube and half in, yeah. Thinking this can't be right. I've gone, nah. He's gone, wait there a minute, Cookie, wait there. I said, what? He went, so he's gone out of the bathroom, opened bedroom door, right, looked in, and he's looked back and gone, oh, man. I went, what? He went, we've gone all the way through. I'm pumping this resin into the bedroom on floor. There's a big pile of fucking resin. Oh no! I mean, no way, mate. I mean, fucking hell. I was like filling it, thinking I was filling it all up, and all these, they're about 30 odd quid worth of gear on floor, mate. I went, I'll get that scooped up in it bag. If John comes and sees that, he's gonna kick off. But yeah, to this day, I don't know. But yeah, man, fucking hell, like that, boom, boom, boom. It just, wrecky, man. That was wrecky. Exactly, mate. He thought it was a 9-inch wall, it was a 4-inch. Yeah, that's it, 4-inch in it. This one even block though. This is brick what I went into, but yeah, 4-inch can black. Them 4-inch walls are a lot of shit out there as well. Have you ever seen them sockets? Everyone who's a plasterer will know what I'm on about. In these standard houses that you get, in a standard semi, 3-bed semi, you get a box bedroom, 2 big bedrooms, yeah. On the landing, they always used to put the light socket in the middle of the 2 big bedrooms, little sliver like that. There used to be a socket at the bottom, light switch at the top. Tell me if you guys have done that. If you know what I'm on about, tell me if you know what I'm on about, because this is like a common thing. Like every plasterer must have had this nightmare. When the Sparky comes in with his Kango to drill out a little fucking box like that, he ends up smashing fuck out of it, then puts loads of foam around it or nothing sometimes. They just put a wire there and it's like, what am I meant to do with that? 4-inch block, can't take a breaker. Can't take a breaker. You could cut it with a fucking saw. You know what I mean? But they smash it to death, and there's always that bit in between the bedrooms that just disintegrates. That thin little horrible bit. It's always disintegrates. But yeah, 4-inch blocks, man. Not the one. Yeah, not the one. Oh. But yeah, that was funny, man. I can't believe he set neighbour's house on fire. Oh my God. What a guy. Yeah. Well, yeah, Wayne, you know what I'm on about them bits in it between. They're just nightmares. I don't even know what they're there for. You know, man. Like, it was a different. Oh, I don't know. 4-inch block. What's David Annex on about here? Evening, guys. Just sat in the airport waiting for my flight. Sorry, but not sorry. Well, I don't know where you're going, but I hope you're having a good time. And it's probably going to be hotter here than where you're going anyway. You little sausage. Showing off and that, going on plane. you want to come on? If you have a shut up, or you come on. Should have shut up. But yeah, man. So yeah, I've had a funny, eventful day, and like I say, it's good to see a couple of stories as well, man. Couple of stories as well. In other news, I've had quite a few people inquiring about the Optimix. It feels like all I ever do is talk about Optimix on this live show, but you'd be surprised, or you might not be surprised, I don't know, how many people ask me about it. So I'm gonna read out some now, right? And this is something what someone said to me today, right? And this is exactly the type of message I get, and I think to myself, yeah, this is for you. So right, okay. So the guy's got a big machine already, K4 like I had, yeah. He's interested in the Optimix, give him some information. He's got a K4 already, something smaller for moving around, getting in and out of the van, etc. So I said, yeah, what do you want to know then, Arkid? He's got, I mainly spray faster KC1. It's a bit like Weber OCR. Will it spray that? Of course it will. How fast it sprays, it's similar speed. I actually put my machine on 10 today and it was booting, mate. Honestly, it was booting. Would you recommend for me, as I mainly do the extensions, normally me and a labourer? He's talked to some other people. They've tried to sell him a bigger machine. It's still a bigger machine than an Optimix, but not as big as a K4. So you know what kind of machine I'm talking about. And I just said, I've had, you know, the K4, and I've had other small machines. I mainly do fin coat systems. What do you mainly do? And he mainly does fin coat as well, and acrylic top coat. So yeah, this guy does small extensions with him and a labourer, fin coat system, so he's going 10 mil, and that's mainly what he does. He wants something a bit easier. K4 is overkill for him. It's overkill for me. It was overkill for him. So what I'm trying to say is this machine is suited to a lot of different, like a lot of people. You might not think about it, but if you're knocking out extensions and stuff like that, or little jobs all the time, or fin coat jobs all the time, or EWI all the time, why do I want to lump a big machine about? So I'm not going to get onto a big rant about it, but I'm just going to say, like, that's just someone who's obviously been rendering a while using a bigger machine, and he's realised, like, why am I lumping this around? Exactly like what I did. And he's getting a small machine, getting a smaller machine. He wants a smaller machine. He don't want a Ritmo, or he don't want an M200. He wants something smaller and easier. Well, you know, there it is. So I don't know. I need to talk to my guys. I think we need to have a little catch up and see where we're at. But I don't think there's any other machine out there right now that's got the ratings as much as the Optimix has right now. Yeah, I'm not sure. I bet it ain't, you know. I bet it ain't. Nah. But yeah, like I say, it seems like I'm always talking about it because I get so many people who ask me stuff about it. And, you know, it's one of them things where obviously I do videos on it, and I've got some more coming out as well. But it's just one of them where it's like, people don't believe it until they see it. But wait till you see the job that I've just finished. Well, I'm finishing now. I've just got all my top coat dropped off today. I'm going to spray it with my Optimix. You'll see the type of job I've just done by myself. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it's took me a while because I'm literally by myself. But, you know, the areas I was putting on and stuff like that by myself with the Optimix. So, yeah. And the mixer unit as well. Getting a new part for that. That's coming soon. So I'm going to have a go with that. See what that's saying. Yeah, and I'll see how that gets on once I've got that. But, yeah, as far as machines and that go, I don't know any other machine out there that's probably going to be selling as much as this or being used as much as this. I reckon it's going to be around for a while. You know what I mean? So my next few jobs are mine. I've got an extension to do. I've actually got a monocouche job to do, and I was talking about. I reckon I'm going to have to probably get a bigger machine just for that because it is mono and I like to just blast that out. So that's what I'll get. I reckon I'll get a bigger one. But yeah, man, other than that, oh, good. Actually, I was talking to a good friend of mine this morning as well that we're really good to catch up with. Chris Power Plastering. Does anyone know Power Plastering on here? Write in the comments if you know him. If anyone knows him. Anyone knows Power, let me know, because what a guy. I was talking to today this morning at work. I was out, we had a chat for about 45 minutes, just having a good chat with him. He's a good guy, that guy. Really good guy. I look forward to seeing him again. Me and him spent a few days together last year with Paul Harris, and we had a really good time with Baumit and stuff. But I need to catch up with him again, get some more footage, and I really want to talk to him properly and about his career and stuff, because he's one of the best about. Yaga, that's him, Yaga. Yeah. And that's what he said this morning when he rang me up as well, James. As he rang me up. No, I rang him, sorry, because I missed him yesterday. I rang him and he went, Yaga! And I started laughing straight away. Yeah, he comes up on your TikTok. Yeah, he's a legend. Are you following him, yeah? Give him a follow. Good lad. But yeah, he comes up with Yaga, and I just started laughing my head off. I thought, yes, he's a good guy, man. When I talk to him properly and that, and he's a good guy, man. He's all about that info. He's a good plasterer as well. Gary Ayres, hello, mate. You down at North Essex Vendor Supplies, 11th of July. Gary, no one's giving me an invite, mate. No one's invited me. No. Well, my missus says I'm not allowed to go anyway, but I didn't get the nod, man. I think Predator are off down to do a demo on the Optimix and on the, I think it might be the Light. I'm not sure, the Light or the Sprinter. But that's what they're doing down there. They're gonna do a demo on it. So if you want to see the machines, guys, get across. I'm not gonna be there, but yeah, like I said, I didn't get the nod. No one asked me. No one invited me to come. No one from Predator and no one from North Essex invited me, so no, I'm not. I'm staying at home. But I would have liked to have come and met a few people. Like I say, I met a fair few people at the Bradford one, and it was good, man. Got pictures with all of them. Had a good chat with them all about what was going on. It was nice. But yeah, sorry guys, no. Eric Di Valmenceni, Italian stallion. If you don't know Eric, he's got a YouTube channel called Ask the Plasterer. He does a live every week as well, and he also puts videos up as well. So if you aren't subscribed to his channel, go and have a look at his channel, man, and check him out. Very experienced plasterer, and he does a good show as well. He's a good lad. So yeah, check Eric out. But evening to you, mate. I hope you're well. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Josh the Plasterer, I'm going Greece on Monday, mate. Cannot wait. Whereabouts in Greece are you going? And how long for? Have I been to Greece? Not with her. I've been to Greece. I don't think I've been, but yeah, I like the sound of Greece, you know. Cos. Is that with your bird or are you off with lads? Tell us, Josh. You off with your bird or you off with lads? Because Cos is a party place, isn't it? Only a week. You know, ungrateful bastard. I said only a week. Yeah, a week's cush. What you want about? Who you off with, lads? Are you off with your bird? Are your family? Who you off with? Because I'll tell you now, right? You're saying only a week, right? And I don't know how old you are, Josh. But if you said to me, I'm off to Kos for a week, right? It goes one or two ways. If you say to me, I'm going Kos for a week with lads, that's too long. That's too long, because after 3 days, I want to book a flight home, mate. All right, family holiday, mate. I can only afford a week on Reskims. Mate, you can only afford a week because you got your family and your kids and that, mate. That's why, because you know they're going to want to be on everything. Jet skis, banana boats, mate. They want to be getting ice creams, all that business. Trust me, you just have to take it easy. But yeah, like you say, mate, I could go and all do my lass and that for a week. That'll be cushy. I'll chill out with her. But anything with lads, 3 days and I'm in a hotel room, man, just like that with curtains shut. Like, I want to go home. I want to go home. But yeah, have a good time, Josh, man. Enjoy it. Like you say, relax. Everyone needs to have a bit of something for themselves. You know what I mean? You need to have a bit of time there for yourself. And your family as well, because we do work hard as self-employed people and plasterers. We work hard. It's an hard gig, you know what I mean? So when you do get time, chill out. on that beach. Actually, you know what I'm thinking now? I won't mind being on the beach, you know. Oh, I miss beaches. Are we gonna go on all day when that baby? How long do I have to wait?
I don't know. We won't be going this year now.
So I'm not going on holiday this year. What's that? He said hopefully there'll be some patching jobs I can jump on over there. Yo, mate, if you when you go over there, right? Honestly, you'd be better than most that renderers out there. If you seen rendering in foreign countries, it's absolutely shocking, mate. Skegness, leave it out. I don't do Skegness, mate. Do Scarborough. Not got a Skeg, got Scarborough, mate. Up Bridge, go to Bridge. August, 3 weeks in Egypt. 3 weeks. You know what you're for 3 weeks for, Wayne? What you have to look for some fucking Tutankhamun's gold or something? What you for 3 weeks for? That's a long time, that, mate. I can't do 3.
Maybe not going in 3.
No, it means he's off for 3 weeks in August. Mate, I couldn't do 3 weeks away, not with Sarah. No way. I couldn't do 3 weeks with anyone. I couldn't, babe. I couldn't. You just have me walking around all over, gaff going in and out of pyramids and that, and Tutankhamun. What's it called? Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun, mate. Go find some gold and that. Go do some tomb raiding, my lad. And dodgy them Londoners as well. Then we're nuggets of the world. Bloody hell, I won't be letting him in temple, man. Not pyramid, you know. We're coming back with all sorts, him. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, everyone's talking about holidays. It's mad, innit? Holidays now with kids and that. I keep thinking about stuff because obviously Mrs. is expecting, yeah. Yeah, 3 kids killing each other 6 weeks. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. That's the thing, yeah. I keep thinking about stuff because obviously I don't have no kids, but we're about to have one, yeah. And I think like, obviously shit like before it never bothered me. When you know, like say people are getting fined and that for taking the kids an all day out in school time because it's expensive when it's term time, right? And I'm like thinking to myself, it never used to bother me before, but I'd definitely be taking my kids when it's cheaper, wouldn't you? Fuck that £60 fine or something for taking them out. So it's a proxy that, innit? You know, it end up costing you another 300-400 quid in school time. So fuck that, I'll be taking them. But yeah, 3 kids killing each other for 6-week holidays. Yeah. 11K my holiday. 11K my holiday. What does that mean?
That's not what it cost.
11 grand. Are you telling me it costs 11K going holiday? Is that what you're saying? If you're saying that to me, I'm coming to graph for you, mate, because you're dropping 11 bags, yeah, on an holiday for you 3 kids and your missus. Fucking hell, can I come? Bloody hell.
It's 5 people, innit?
There's a lot of people in it. Yeah, 2 bags. Yeah, for 3 weeks, 2 bags each. Fucking hell, mate. You better be in an all-inclusive there. I'd be taking the piss if it cost me 11 grand. I'd be filling up bottles and everything and bringing it home, me. Fuck that. 11 grand. Oof. Josh, be nice to have a chill, mate. I got a lot of stuff to do when I get back. Got my Corksall course booked in August and a damp course in Sept. Josh, I love that. I love what you've just said there. I love that. You've got 2 courses booked. See this, yeah? This is someone learning, improving himself, you know, making himself better. 2 courses there booked in. Good lad, rated. I like that. I think we all should learn and learn and learn and learn. What's the about Wayne here? I'm an ex-drug dealer. Pure doggy bags in the cargo hold from an 11K holiday. Mate, listen, don't be getting caught with all daft over there, you. Bringing back fucking 10 million cigs or something. I love, you know what, I like to watch that program, me. What's it called? Fucking, no, Customs.
Oh, yeah.
Customs. I love watching Customs and that, me, man. You watch that shit. Imagine that. Putting that on TV and seeing Wayne Haggett coming back over with fucking, I don't know, a million fucking suitcase full of render retarder or something. Nothing to declare. Fucking hell. Yeah, fucking madman. Banged up abroad. We don't need to be getting banged up abroad. It's fucking hard enough. It's easy enough to get banged up here and man abroad, you know. But yeah, man. But yeah, what else has been going on, guys, in the plastering world and the rendering world? Check this out. Tomorrow, I'm doing a radio interview. I don't think it'll be airing tomorrow, but I'm doing an interview for Fix Radio tomorrow. It'll be my second one. So 4 o'clock tomorrow, I've got a meeting. I mean, I've got a phone call to have a chat for the channel. I mean, for the radio station Fix. So it'll be my second one. So yeah, they just got to me today about that. Yeah, so that's exciting. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be about, but you know me, I'll be able to talk something. But yeah, I think it's going to be about something to do with, you know, getting jobs and stuff like that. How are you guys getting on with work anyway? How are you getting on with it? How are you finding work right now? I've seen a lot of people posting about being, I've got a lot of people talking about customers being a bit funny with them and stuff. I'll tell you one that really got me the other day, and it got me pissed off, to be honest. On Trowel Talk, a fella put on the group that basically he priced the job up for someone, and he said to him this. He said it's going to take 2 days work, and whatever else it was, 2 days work to complete this job what we're doing for him. And obviously self-employed, gone there. I don't know what hours he did, but basically he left at a certain time. And the customer messaged him, giving him a lot of shit, saying, well, that ain't a day's work, is it? Like, you haven't been here all day, so, you know, what's the crack with that? And tried to say to him, well, we want you here tomorrow for 8 o'clock or something, or 8:30, whatever it was. He's like, no, I'll be there at like 9:30 or whatever. But they were like, oh, well, that's not good, is it? Like, you know, it's not really 2 days then, is it? You know, and they were basically trying to talk like that. But what really pissed me off about this, I was like thinking to myself, do people actually talk like that? Like, do people actually talk like that? Like, where do you even get the audacity or like the bollocks or the attitude or the, what's it called? There's the audacity to talk to someone like that. Like, he's a fucking tradesman coming to your house as a specialist to do a job for you. You ain't on your clock, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you think? You are his boss or something? Like, he needs to fill a timesheet into you. I just was like, when I listened to it, when I read it, I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this for real, mate? Honestly. Exactly. Getting swerved. You know what I would have done, me? When they messaged me like that, I'd have just said, I'm not doing it, me. Fuck your job. I don't even want my money from the day before. I'd have just said, forget that. If I had my tools there, I'd have gone and got them. I'm just going, you can't talk to me like that, mate. I'm off. See you later. You know what I mean? I've just gone out of there. You crazy. Honestly, when I read it, I had to read it a couple of times. I think, is this for real? And that's what I said to him. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked, man. I could not believe it. I was like, as if people actually talk like that. And obviously, my missus don't work in construction or anything like that. And I told her about it, and she was like, like, as if, like, you just wouldn't dare say that to someone. Like, if he comes, he says, oh, it's going to take me 2 days, and it comes, you know, it'll be done in 2 days or whatever, and he comes and does an hour and then fucks off and then comes back the next day and finishes it. Whatever, do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't care. Like, I'm paying a price for the job. I'm not paying for your hours. Because the simple thing to that, right, what they've said, the simple response is this. I'll tell you what if it took me 3 days? Are you going to pay me an extra day? Do you know what I mean? If that's how you're watching me, would you pay me an extra day? I won't even get in a conversation with them. But this is something that I don't get. Like, people are so rude, right? I've never really kick off with anyone, me, like, especially in my jobs and that. I never do, you know what I mean? I don't get dickheads, mate, to be honest with you. I never get dickheads. Like, I can usually suss them out. After years of doing this game, I can usually suss them out. Like, I know when someone's a crank, you know, from meeting them, and I'll just be like that, not doing it. So it's like, you know, I've had people before asking me, come here at certain quote, I don't want to do your job. I actually got a guy the other day, right? Go and laugh at this. I haven't told you this, babe. So I had a guy, job in York, wanted me to look at a job in York. And I was running late one day. So anyway, the guy's like, come down. I said, yeah, I'll come over, mate. I was running late. So messaged him. So I'm going to be late. I'm running late. It might be better if I come tomorrow, really. Oh, well, I thought you were coming today. We booked it today. I said, yeah, but I'm running late. So, you know, can redo it tomorrow if you want or whatever. And he's gone, okay, call me in the morning. Disappointed. Didn't tell you that, did I?
I remember when, because you were, I remember, is it when you were on that yacht job and then you were going to go on the way
Yeah.
home? Yeah.
Oh, did I tell you?
No, I didn't know.
I didn't tell her, but this is what he said. And he said to me, disappointed. Call me in the morning, disappointed. Call you in the morning, disappointed. Who the fuck are you? You donut. Not a chance. Block. I won't work for you. You think you're talking her? Disappointed. That's what my mum used to say to me when I've been bad at school. You know what I mean? Who the fuck are you? You know, call me in the morning. Oh, yes, boss. Fuck off, idiot. So that's how I deal with people like that. If you've got a wrong attitude, mate, shit happens in life, man. You know what it is, yeah? Shit happens. It's like, sometimes you can't make appointments. Sometimes I might not finish on time. Sometimes I might have done something a bit wrong or whatever. So fucking what? You move forward. You get it. You know, it's life. Just move on. People who moan like that, and to actually say that to me, I was like, are you fucking nuts, mate? So like, nah, not a chance. Not a chance, mate. That communication stopped as soon as he sent that. Didn't message back carrying on. Just stopped it. Yeah, disappoint. Fuck off, Wayne. Only way, not worth the yag, mate. It is the only way. It's not, mate. We don't need to. You don't even need to explain to him why you don't want to do the job. Just fucking ignore him, mate. It's done. You know what I mean? That is it. But yeah, that's what it is. And that was one that happened to me, mate. And I heard it off. And you know what, guys? That job was a beauty job. It were a nice house, detached house. It will probably, I'll be honest with you, it was probably going to be at least 15 grand. At least 15 grand job. That's what it would have been. And he wanted, I think it was EWI as well he wanted. And it would have been a 15 grand job. But I don't give a fuck how much the job's going to be, mate. You do not say to me, call me in the morning, disappointed, and put a full stop. Who do you think you are? Like, honestly, what we calling you? Fucking get on, Divvy. Not a chance. Yeah, I never would entertain it. But back in the day, when you first start, you always try to do stuff for customers. Oh, yeah, I'll come whenever you want. Yeah. Nah, if I can't get to your house, I can't get to your house. If I can't make it, I'll say, you know what I mean? If I don't want to do it, fuck off. You know what I mean? And obviously people might think, oh, yeah, it's all right for you saying that. But anyone can do that. Anyone can do that. You don't work where you're not respected, man. Simple as that. If people are talking to you like that, imagine when you get into a job. Oh, nah. But yeah, Wayne, Mark Neeson, seen that post too. It was a Sunday. He was wanting him in. I'd have 2 words for him, and the second word is off.
Oh, yeah, it was on a Sunday.
Yeah, it was a Sunday. Yeah.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, he messaged him on Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. This customer saying that, giving him aggro Sunday morning, mate. What? I'd have let him keep the Saturday's money. I'd have just gone like that, get you sent off. I'd have gone round to his house and got my tools if they were there. I'd knocked on the door and it'd been like, I'm not working, mate. I'm getting my gear and I'm off. See you later. No one talks to me like that. Not a chance. And you should not let no one talk to you like that either. Not a prayer. Do not let it happen. So yeah, that's my little bit rant over there. But rude people in this world, I've got no time for them, mate. I've got no time for them. It don't. One thing I've learned as I've got older. I'm 37 now. I know I don't look it. I know, guys, I look 23 or something. But the thing is, right, when you get to like my age, and I sound like I'm an old geezer, but I bet the older guys on here, right, will back me up as well. Who are older than me. Listen to what I'm saying, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, Wayne, don't start. 37, Wayne, you back me up on this, mate, yeah? Drama, right? Confrontation, drama, headaches, people who, confrontational and have got problems and, they try to put it onto you, is, that kind of shit there, right? It's not even worth, right? It's not even worth one little bit of your energy. You're best off, right? Just going like that. Yeah, you're right. See you later. No problem. That's it. And just cutting it off. And that goes for customers, that goes for friends, family, anybody who's in your life. When you get a bit older, yeah. Like now, I just think that shit ain't even important. Like when you're younger, you're always got like a little bit of testosterone and that, and you're thinking, oh yeah, you know, your confrontation, you want to always fight it, you know what I mean? But it's like, nah, man. When you get to this age, it's like, what, you don't want to think, sound, no problem, see you later. And that's anybody. I'd walk away from someone put it on me. I just walk away, mate. I just be like, don't want to come see me 5 years ago. Put on me, I'm fighting. But it's like when you get to a point in life where you get to an age and you've been through enough aggro with people and you've argued with that many people, you've fought that many people, you just think to yourself, man, I can't even be asked, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't even be asked. And like you say, that's it, Wayne, innit? Just fuck them off straight away. It's done. And that's something there, like, when I was younger, people used to say that to me. Because I used to fight a lot when I was younger. I used to be a little bit of a scrapper and messing about all the time when I was out and just being a bell end, basically. And people were like, yo, chill out, Cookie, chill out. I'm like, chill out. And now I'm older, I'm like, yeah, I should have chilled out. But you don't know. You don't know. You have to go through a few things, you know what I mean? But for anyone who's you know, taking shit off people because you think you have to, you don't, man. You don't have to. There'll always be another job. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Josh. Depends on circumstances, mate. If you're caught having a bad day, it can get snappy quick. Do you know what though, Josh? I know you're right what you're saying, but honestly, even that, I used to have the shortest temper, mate. Like, and it's all down to the fact of like, I don't like people confrontation with me, you know, especially, you know, men and stuff like that. Confrontation to me is quite it is quite a sore subject, you know, growing up and stuff like that. Any bit of confrontation, I'm a backer up. And I know what you're saying. Even if I'm having a bad day, that's even worse for people a lot of the time, for them and for me, because I get in trouble. But as I've got older, even if I'm in a bad mood, it takes a lot to piss me off, mate. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to piss me off. Like, it's hard. Like, my missus she's been with me for over 10 years, and she's seen me when I was a bit of a dickhead. Well, a lot of a dickhead, and she sees me now, and she actually says to me sometimes, oh, I'm proud you didn't react. Oh, you would have reacted like that. Look, he says, I've changed a lot, and I think it's just when you go through stuff and you have been in shit situations and stuff like that, you just learn to know that, you know what, they don't last, man. Like, I've been in through so much shit, yeah, in my business life, personal life, and it don't last. Do you know what I mean? It don't last. So I know that from experience, and I also know that it's like, you know what, man, time goes too quick, and I ain't even asked about anyone else. If you got a problem with me, mate, that's your problem, because I ain't got one with you. I don't even care. I'm good. But yeah, James Thomas, 43 with 2 kids, nice and chill, stressing his hard work. It is. It's so hard, mate, honestly. But yeah, I think it's just one of them. I think a lot of people in the world right now, it's good to share this knowledge with them, especially young guys coming up, because it's the quicker you learn, the better for you. But if you're like me, I had people around me who were telling me this advice, and I'm just a hardhead. I'm a knucklehead. I had to go through shit. Some shit wasn't my fault, but a lot of it was. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a big advocate for your mindset. I'm a big advocate for learning how to deal with people, to deal with situations, to communicate. You know, I'm a big advocate for all that, mate. I listen to audio books, videos all day long, podcasts all day long at work, headphones in by myself. Mate, I have not been this much into podcasts and learning stuff like that at work for so honestly, I'm learning every day. It's unbelievable. Headphones in, podcasts on, madness. But yeah, I think the important thing is to know that we can always learn more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, you know, obviously this is a bit different. I know it's a plastering and rendering chat, but you know, I think it all comes together under one. Really, your mindset is a big thing. If your mindset's right, your work will be right, your business will be right, You'll approach stuff right. If you learn how to talk to people, you'll learn how to win customers. You'll learn how to, you know, to deal with customers. You'll know what's hot, what's cold. You'll know what to deal with. You know what to say. You know your body language, stuff like that. So it's worth you learning these skills. I wish that when I was younger, I don't want to change anything, but if I'd have started learning how to communicate from early 20s, God, I don't know where I'd be right now. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be, but my communication skills back in the day were not the best. Any hint of someone giving me something, you know, a bit of shit, I'm ready to go. And it's not good. You know what I mean? It's not a good way to live right now. Learn. Josh Plasterer, watching yours and Stuart's content has helped me massively in the last 6 months. You know what, Josh, man? That to me is like, that's the best thing that could come from stuff like this, when people like you are saying stuff like that for us, because that's why we do it. I talk to Stuart all the time. Me and him talk on a level as mates, you know, off the screens and all that. We do that, and he's just cares so much. Do you know what I mean? And that is a real guy. And yeah, I'm glad that you do. Like, you know, because if I just went on the internet, right, and I showed you all the jobs I do, just the beginning and the end, before and after, and showed you my jobs, showed you the stuff that I've got, like, as in, you know, whatever, let's just say truck, I've got this machine, I've got that tool, showing off basically all the time. You know, it's nice to have nice things and that. But if I just did that, everything just looks good, doesn't it? Everything looks good. You know, you just be thinking, yeah, man, fucking hell, look at him, he's doing right thingy. Listen, mate, it's not all like that. Like, it's not all like that. And that's where I feel like with my channel especially, and Stuart's, it tells you a lot of the stuff that, you know, that isn't glorious and shiny and beautiful. We tell you the truth of it, mate. You know, I've got some stories that I could tell you about my businesses and the stuff that I've been through with you know, people who work for me, people I've worked for, you know, all sorts of shit that's happened. I'm gonna do it all, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna put it out there, but I've had some bad times, man, and it'd put people off this game for life if I told you so much shit I went through. But the reality is, you come out of it at the other end, you know what I mean? You come out of it at the other end, and I'm still here and I'm back, you know what I mean? So, you know, I lost my company that were a big company with a lot of people in it. I had to get rid of that. I had to stop doing that, and it actually went bankrupt. And it's like, and now I'm back doing Rendovate. I'm better than I was before. I said to Sarah the other day, I said, Sarah, you know what? I think I'm getting better at rendering, you know. I said that. I started laughing. She went, what were you shit before or something? I went, nah, I wasn't shit. I just feel like I'm getting better. You know, when you've done something and you think, oh, I'm getting a bit better at this. Like, that's literally how it is. And that's how you should look at life. It should always continue to get better than yesterday, BTY. You know what I mean? That's how it should be, better than yesterday, always. And that's the only thing that you've got to do, keep moving forward. So, yeah, like you say, I'm glad that we have helped you, mate. And like you say, we get better with age. And it's a rough time in general, but when you get through it, it makes you better. It does, man. Anything in life, though, bro, anything in life, like, we can put it down to, this is what it is, yeah? In life, no, it's easy. No, not worth having is easy anyway. And the reality is, yeah, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep showing up. You've got to keep going. You've got to keep showing up. You can't stop. You can't stop. There's always someone trying to take your spot. Yeah, there's always someone who's trying to be better than you. There's someone out there who's trying to nick your jobs, nick your position, your role. There's always someone. It's always going to be, yeah, people nicking your staff. You know, there's always going to be stuff that's you know, it's coming for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't stop. The only thing is, you've got to learn to deal with it. And like I said, it's not too serious, but you do have to be consistent. Consistency is the best thing. It compounds everything. If you consistently do something, it compounds. It compounds. It gets bigger. It gets better. Every time I failed in this game, and like, nothing was more worse than when my business went. You know, when I had loads of people working for me, that was like one of the hardest things in my life. Like, you know, I say that as in, like, I've lost people in my family, which were hard. But I think as far as everything that I probably did stand for, ego, young, egotistical, wanted to look, you want to be successful, don't you? You want to, your mates or whatever, who you with, other builders and stuff. And, you think to yourself, like, yeah, this is me. And it's like, but it was never really me. And I was doing it. And the reality is, all that means shit. It means no. Go through all of that to be stripped back down to zero, mate. Nothing. I've been to nothing. All the only thing I had were my people around me, like my missus, my best mates. None of the lads who worked for me cared. None of the businesses that I worked with cared. No one cared. No one cared. I was left with the people who was always there. And that to me was a big lesson. And like I said, they're always with me. They're always still here. So no matter what it is, when you're successful, everyone's around you. Everyone wants to be part of it with you. Everyone wants to think. But when you're on your ass like I was, no one were there. No one. None of the lads. None of the businesses I worked with. None of the people that, architects, all that kind. Anyone I was in with then didn't want to know after that. Because I want cut plaster anymore. I want the big firm anymore. I want this. No one wanted to know. Do you know what I mean? So it happens. And that was I learned that. And didn't make me bitter. Didn't make me bitter. A lot of people get pissed off at the world. I'm not. All it did to me was that was a massive learning curve. Every time I failed, I've learned from it. So it's not that I've lost or I've, whatever. I've learned. So every time I fail, it ain't really a failure. It's a lesson. That's what it is. Every single time, it's a lesson. So I think failing is actually a good thing. It means that, what you're doing isn't sound. Something needs changing. Something needs to be a bit better. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need to do. And that's what failing is. It's telling you that something's not quite right in what you're doing, and you need to figure out what it was, fix it, and go again. And every time you'll look and you'll be like that, boom, boom, boom. When I first started my business, boy, I didn't know about T's and C's, contracts, payment terms. I didn't even know how to tender for jobs. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know anything. When I think about it now, and it's like now I know all of it. It's like I've done it all. I know how to price up, I know how to tender, I know how to communicate, and how to talk about lead times, pay times, all of it. And it's not just from coaching, it's from also failing. I know what to look for in people and what not to look for. That's a bit dodgy. I know to cut it off straight away. There's so many things, but it's all that's been learned from failing. Don't be worried about failing. That's a big thing, man. I'm getting deep today, We're getting deep today. Are you yawning? She's yawning at me. Listen, my missus has heard all these speeches from me before. So she can yawn. She's heard these from me before. She's seen me go through all this shit and talk about it. But yeah, I feel like that's what I'm about, me. I'm not bothered. I'm a heart on my sleeve type of guy, me. I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you, yeah, for 16 years, I've never invested in myself. To this year, I've changed my outlook. Josh, man, I'm buzzing for you. And that's the thing. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself is a big thing, mate. And not just financially, not just financially. I don't mean you don't have to go pay. Can I have some of that fan boo? Are you read up? I'm read up, me, mate. I've got no under it. I'll take it off. This house is like a sauna, man. But yeah, point it downwards a bit. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. That's cushy, that. Cheers, love. But yeah, invest in yourself. Listen, man, not just about finances. Guys, someone asked me further up, what podcast would you recommend? I'm going to show you what's on my phone. I'll get it up for you now and show you exactly what I've got. But Mark Neeson, you've hit it on the head. That's it. You only fail when you give up. Simple as that. If you never quit, you haven't failed. You've just learned. And that is it. That is absolutely bang on, mate. You're totally right. Investing in yourself is not always about finances, though, as well. People seem to think, I don't have the money for this course. I don't have the money for that. Listen, you don't have to pay a business coach. You don't have to pay a mentor. You don't have to pay, you don't have to pay for all. Obviously, audio books and shit cost money to do. But let me tell you now, there's some free stuff on podcasts, YouTube, even on your music apps, there's stuff on there But the reality is, guys, you can learn so much, right? Even like going to people like obviously my channel, I share tips and tricks, but I'm gonna do more talks and deeper stuff about like mindset and stuff like that, because I feel like it's something that's really important. But there's loads of people out there where you can watch and listen. I'm always trying to learn me. So even in bed sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll put on YouTube, right? And it'll be on something like marketing. And I'll just have it on in the background. I'll listen to it and I'll fall asleep. That's it. But the reality is, I still listen. For the time I'm listening, I'm taking it in. Guys, man, are you going to laugh at this? Yeah, Josh, but the thing is though, Josh, yeah, some people can't. Some people, I know what you're saying. If you're grafting on the trial all day in and out and you can't pay for a course, that will elevate you. I know what you meant. Elevate you as a plaster wearer. Something seriously wrong. But that's the thing. There's a lot of people who do that. There's a lot of people who work all day long and they're only just making enough to pay the bills. There's so many lads who do that, Josh. So many lads who do that, mate. So many. I used to do it when I first started because I thought charging £120 a day, being a business owner, was all right. £120 a day. That's what I was doing for months. You know what I mean? And it took, I did that and I went up to 130, 140, 150. And you know what? It took one guy, right, called Duncan, and he owned a company in Harrogate, right? And I started doing some work for him because our work was exceptional. And he was such a good guy for me, right? I met him when a year or two into my business. And you know what he said to me? I remember him pulling me in Harrogate. We were doing a job at, there's a TV station in Harrogate, right? And they sell all the, like the NutriBullet and shit like that, yeah? What's it called, Sarah, where they do stuff on TV, sell stuff? Telesales. Telesales, isn't it?
Yeah.
The telesales channel, right, up in Harrogate, that's where they used to film it. And they had all these, went up there, right, and we had all NutriBullets and stuff like that. But the only time we could do it was on a weekend in the daytime because that was the only time we could get there, and it was a curved wall, and it was this other type of wall that we need to do, plaster it, build it, whatever, yeah? So anyway, I've gone up there, and I've gone, he's gone, well, how much do you want for a weekend, yeah? I started on decent money, £30. No. This was when I worked for myself, mate. I'm paying myself $120 a day. Like, I'm pricing myself out at that. This thing, when I started working, I was on like 50 quid a day. But yeah, I'm there, and he said to me, "What do you want for the weekend?" Because obviously, a weekend work. So I've said, "Well, what do you mean? Like, what do I want?" And he's gone, "Well, Joe, what do you want for doing it?" I said, "Well, I don't know, 150." And he looked at me and he went, I said, 160. He looked at me and went, I said, fucking hell. I said, what do you want me to do? You're the one paying it. What am I meant to say? Like, what do you think? And he went, Joe, let me tell you something. He goes, appreciate the work you've been doing for me. He goes, how about you charge me 180 a day per man? Yeah. He goes, like that. And I said, what, for weekend? I was buzzing. And he went, no, that's a normal day. He goes, just pay me that, because obviously the work you do, you're young lad, I don't think you quite get it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, all right, cool. So he said to me, pay this, I'll pay you 180 a day for whatever work I'm going to do for us. Is that all right for you? That was £60 up on what we were thinking. I said, yeah. I mean, what? He said, but for this weekend, $250 a day. Is that okay for you? I mean, $250 for Saturday, Sunday, like, and he was like, yeah, is that all right for you? I'm like, fuck, $250. I went, all right, yeah, sound. I was buzzing. And he said, and then after that, I realized that I could ask him stuff and talk to him. So I was talking to this guy, and this guy's wedged, mate. He's loaded. He's got a Porsche 911. He's got an X5. He's got a transporter. He's got a big detached house. He's an electrical contractor guy who does loads of stuff like M&E and stuff like that, and building and stuff. Everything he did it all. He was class. I just remember asking him loads of questions, and he was like, he goes, mate, he goes, you should be charging more than that. He goes, but you just got the pace you want, you're happy with, and then thingy. Obviously, he didn't want me to stick to us on him at the time, but this was like we're talking 12 years ago, and that's what he said to me. You know what I mean? So the geezer, I've never been shy to ask people the question, to talk to them. As soon as you let me know, as soon as I know that you're comfortable with me talking to you like that, I'm going to ask you. I'll pick your head, mate. And I asked him, and he taught me so many things, Then you got, like, I did job up in Tyneside for him. So that's up there. I think that's Middlesbrough, Teesside, Tyneside, one of them gaffs up there. And you went, oh, Joel, when you send that bill through, make sure you stick your fuel and that on. I'm thinking, what? I said, make sure you stick your fuel on. You've travelled up and down for 3 days. Put your fuel on the bill. Sound. From that day forward, anything further away than 25 miles from my house, I charge fuel. You know what I mean? Now I just charge fuel if it's out of Leeds. But stuff like that. You've got to learn from people. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm getting off track. All I'm trying to say to you is, listen, you've got to ask the questions. You've got to listen to people and learn from them. But check this out. Yeah, someone asked me earlier, what kind of podcast do I listen to? Now, I've got a few on here that I listen to. Yeah, Josh, he was a good guy, man. Really good guy, mate. He is a really, really good guy. I don't know what he does now. He's a little bit older than us. I actually did he owns gaffs in Harrogate, like proper. Harrogate's like the second or third most desirable place to live in England or something after whatever else. I don't know, but it's up there. And he owns like houses in Harrogate galore that he rents out. Like, just rents them out to students, rents them out to people who come to work there, tourists. And yeah, I've done a fair few jobs for him. Just, just like on a weekend, I've gone in and he's just paid me cash or whatever like that. When I was younger, this was ages ago, not now. I don't do it with many marks. It's all commercial. I just thought it's just not for me. But really good guy, really good guy. And anyway, type of podcast that I listen to, guys. Now, it's a mixed bag, a bit like my playlist. But I listen to a podcast called High Performance. And basically, that's that. The High Performance Podcast. You can see it. And this is basically two fellas who talk to athletes about like the careers, and it asks them how they become high performance. So it goes into the mindset of it. And there's a good one on there, Jamie Peacock. I don't know if you guys know who Jamie Peacock is. Sam Burgess as well, rugby players. There's a lot of rugby players, I'll be honest with you. Johnny Wilkinson's been on there, a few others. And the mindset of them guys, unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, honestly. And just basically talks you through and tells you what to do, to prime the self, to prime the mind. And they talk about the mistakes they've had in life, the problems they've gone through in life, and how they've come over it. So that's one of them I listen to, High Performance. It's really good podcast. I've got a powerlifting one on there because I just like to learn about how to lift weights a bit better. Diary of a CEO. Now, this is a really good one. Everyone's heard of him, haven't they, off Dragon's Den. Steve Bartlett. Diary of a CEO. Gets on basically mega successful people and they talk about their business life. It gets people on there who are like doctors and can talk about loads of things on there. Just education, mate, but business people on there and all that. And they just... You'll relate to a lot of the stuff to say, being a self-employed person, and it'll give you guys, like, if you think like that we're struggling sometimes, and we've gone through failures as well, like, don't get me wrong, right? Some of the stuff they've been through, and they bounce back to become multimillionaires and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not asked about that being a millionaire. I'm just saying, like, that's the mindset and the way they talk and the stuff they do. It's something good. You need to hear that. Do you know what I mean? There's people out there who are sharing their story with you. Watch it. It's motivating. It's refreshing. You'll realize that people are like us. Do you know what I mean? And you can do anything you want. So I listen to him. He's good. Anything goes with James English, right? Now, you guys probably have seen him on like clips and that on clips on him on like TikTok or Instagram, whatever. He talks to like criminals a lot of the time. But what I like about James is he's very positive. He's been a drug addict. Yeah, James English decent. He's been a drug addict. He's been alcoholic. He's been to prison. He's done crime, and now he's got one of the best podcasts going. And the way he talks to people, he's just such a down to earth guy. He's just like a normal bloke. We've all probably got a mate just like him. So I just feel like that's a good podcast, and the people he talks to, it's good to hear the stories, but also it's good to see how they've all turned around. And being where I'm from as well, it's like a lot of the stories that he talks about. Yeah, his dad was a bit of a geezer as well. His dad's been locked up for armed robbery and stuff like that. But what it is, guys, where I'm from, and the area I'm from in Leeds, it's like we grew up around a lot of stuff similar to a lot of people on there, crime and stuff like that. And like I've got brothers who are both criminals, both been in prison. One of them might still be in now. I think it's like you can relate to what he's saying, but a lot of the thing that I'll tell you what, one thing in common, what all of them say, it's not worth it. Life of crime, mate. They either end up in prison, dead, or on gear herself. That's how it happens. They're the three things. And you know what? All the people from my area who I know, people I grew up with, they're either dead, in prison, or on gear. It's fucking bang on true. So for you to change that, you know, if you're from a, you know, it doesn't have to be from that, but if you're from like a struggling background or whatever, and you're coming out and doing your own business and working for yourself and doing this and that, already you're better than you're not better, but already you're breaking the mold. You know what I mean? From what people don't do. You know what I mean? So already you should be bigging yourself up. You should be positive. You should be happy with yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because you're already doing something that 99% of people haven't got a bottle to do. Do you know what I mean? So again, his podcasts were good for that. I really liked it because it kind of made me think like, because I never thought about it like that. You know, when you think about, you know, what's going on around us and stuff like that, you know, to be where I am now, it could have quite easily been another way. So I think when I listen to his podcast, it makes me think like that. Like I think, yeah, you know what, fucking hell, man, I never really think about myself like that. Same mate, really. 2 or 3 of my mates have done something, the rest are well, as you just say. Exactly, that's all I'm saying. James, never listen to a podcast, might be worth a shout. James, I'm telling you now, mate, it's free of charge, right? And they're absolutely awesome, mate. They're absolutely awesome. You've got people on there, right, who are real people telling you stories and telling you what happened to them and what they've done to overcome it. There's nothing better than that for motivation and for it kind of, you know, when you hear people's stories, it kind of makes you feel a bit better because it's like, shit, I thought mine were a bit dodgy or life were a bit shit. There's this proper shit. And that sounds shit saying like they've got a shit life compared to you, but I'm just saying it's true. It's true. And if you look at it like that and you get something from that, why not? Why not do that? So they're the 3 main ones I listen to. I listen to TED Talks as well. TED Talks, if anyone's ever heard of a TED Talk, basically it's where they get speakers to go on and they talk about it's got a better listening smooth all day. Yeah. That's the thing. I can't listen to music all day, mate. It does me head in. I'll just fucking does me head in. So I'd rather listen to, you're gonna laugh at this when I tell you something in a minute. You're gonna laugh your head off. Sarah might laugh as well, because this is not usually me. I'm up to date on all my podcasts. I've watched them all up to date that I wanted to watch. I've watched them all. So I've watched all the Diary CEO. You know, I've watched them all, mate. You know, the High Performance, I'm up to date. I even listened to a powerlifting one the other day. I'm up to date. Anything Goes, I'm up to date. Joe Rogan, up to date. I listened to Eric Thomas. I don't know if anyone else has heard him. Eric Thomas. When you want to breathe as much as you want to be successful, then you'll be successful. Legend. He's a legend. Eric Thomas. I listen to him and his crew. But you know what, right? You're not going to believe it. I thought, let me have a look through this, yeah? See what else is on the list, what I might be interested in. They've only got stories on there. Like, I'm not about kids' stories. I'm on about, like, they've got fiction and non-fiction stuff on there. So I like me a bit of true crime. So I've clicked on the true crime, yeah. This is proper nerdy. I don't know whether this is me a bit older than my age. I don't know. But a bit of true crime. And I've clicked onto this one, right, where basically it's true stories, crime stories that's gone on. And I'm watching one now about a woman who scammed, listening to one now about a woman who scammed loads of money saying that she had cancer. It's called Scamander. That's what it's called. So I thought, let me listen to one little thing and see if it's any good. I'll probably turn off with this shit. I put it on. Mate, I'm on like the seventh chapter. I'm on the 7th chapter and I stopped listening to it. It's got me hooked. So it's like, I think, like I say, it's something where it's like, obviously it's not really educating me, you know, like that, but it's just got your mind thinking about stuff, doesn't it? People actually do this shit. Like she pretended to have cancer to get dough. But it's like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, it happens. So yeah, I'm on to that now. What do you think about that? She just takes piss out of me, does she? But yeah, listen, man, I'm talking about so many things but plastering right now. But yeah, listen, guys, if you want to, you know, keep positive, get your mindset sorted out and all that kind of jazz. Don't take shit from people. Don't mean you have to carry on back. It just means shut them out. Customers as well. Lads who've worked with you or for you, you know, don't matter. You know, it's what it is. You need to move forward and do what you need to do for you guys. And yeah, I have absolutely peppered half an hour talking about mindset. You know what it is? I might try being a motivational speaker, I might go get some coaching on that. But also, guys, oh shit, sorry, I don't want to keep. I'm not going to break into this one. But Audible. Anyone who's wants to educate themselves for a small fee, you can buy books on Audible. And this for me is like, what's this? Someone's asking me about Diamond Float, Josh. I'll tell you about that in a minute, mate. Let me educate you. So, guys, there is Audible. So it's an app from Amazon called Audible. Get it? You can buy books. If you like me, I can't read. I'm not saying I can't read. I can physically. I can read, but I hate reading. Put a book in front of me, and I can't read it, mate. Like I can't read it. They're just shit for me. I can't read them. But if you give me an audio, headphones, I'll listen to it. I'll take it all in. I'm better that way. I'm better at listening and seeing. I'm no good at reading or following directions that are jotted down. But Audible, some great books. Rendivate Podcast 2024. Josh, do you think I should do podcasts where I get guests on and stuff like that? What do you think about that? Tell me what you think about that. Anyone else who's watching? Proper podcasts, like literally proper ones where I talk to business people, business owners, self-employed people, influential people who are normal. Like I say on Diary CEO, they're always talking to big celebs, really. But I think there's a lot of normal people out there who have got a lot to say and a lot to talk about. Do you think that'd be interesting? Would you guys watch that? But yeah, when it comes to Audible, guys, I've got loads of books on here that I've bought. They cost a few quid at a time. You know, you might pay a £5, you might pay £7. Some of them might be a £10, but you know, they're good. Yeah, therefore, guests would have to be decent with good life stories. My daughter just said, "Who is that Scottish man you were listening?" What? She's calling me Scottish? Or you know about James English? She's got James English on because he's Scottish. I'm Yorkshire, me, man. Tell her that. But guys, there's some books on here that I've listened to, right? And these are like, and no, I'm not. Is she thinking I'm Scottish? Me? No way, mate. She thinks I'm Scottish. God. No way. Where are you from again? Accent can't be that different. I'm not that north. That is quality, that. She thinks I'm Scottish. Madness. I'll tell you a couple of my favourite. Be no good getting Barry front pub. I think you'd make a brilliant podcast host. Oh, yes, Sam. Thanks, bro. I'm going to do it. It's something that I really want to do. I want to go into doing more podcasts, talking to people, getting the stories out and stuff like that. I'd like to do it. Let me tell you guys some of the books that I listened to and I've really got a lot of value from. Guys. The E-Myth Revisited. Now, listen, the E-Myth Revisited is just basically a book that tells you about a business. It tells it in a story mode, and it tells you basically about business and how to do it. And there's a lot of stuff in there that subconsciously gets into your mind, and you'll probably relate a lot of it to your business. That's a very not basic as in like, it's a basic book. It's basic as in everyone who does business knows this book. So the E-Myth Revisited, get that. It's a really good book. It's a nice one to start. Another one that I've got, guys, is called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Now, I got this book after when I started having my bigger company and it failed. I really wanted to know, because a lot of the time in my business, what happened was it were people, communication, the team went right, something went right, and I really on my mind, what happened? I want to know what happened. And I just come across this book, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and it goes through different characters in a team. That's what it does. And as we were learning about someone in the team, I was relating, that's that guy who used to work for me. That's that guy who used to work for me. Yeah, that's him. And that's how it works. And it breaks it all down to you. And it helps you figure out and put your ducks in line, really. And it just says, like, and about the end of that book, I've listened to it about 4 times. Just keep going with it again. And every time I listen to it, I learn something new. But I also learned that, like, how to build teams, what's good for teams, what's not, you know, what is good, what's not good, certain things people say and how they act, how to change it. And that's the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And that is a really good book. Unbelievable. I'll tell you one more and then I'm going to get off, guys. And this, right, I'm going to tell you this one because I've got a few on there that I want to say. 7 Habits of Effective the 7 habits of a highly effective people. That was absolutely an awesome one. How to win friends and influence people. I could talk about this all day with you, but how to win friends and influence people. I said this to my mate before, right? Because I wanted him to read this book, and he went, "I don't want to influence people." And I said, "You're not getting me, bro. It's not how to influence people like an influencer." And he went, "Nah." And he won't listen to me. But this book, right, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is basically how to communicate with people. And a lot of the time, people understand that the biggest part of communication is actually listening. That is the biggest thing. Listening to understand. That's what it's for. Not listening to respond, listening to understand. And that's something that a lot of people don't even know. And once I listen to this book, man, my listening, Sarah will tell you now I don't listen to her hardly. I'll be on my phone or whatever, and she does her reading. But when I'm in a conversation or a meeting or something like that, I'm not listening I'm not just going to listen to then tell you my part. I'm listening to what you're saying so that I can figure out and understand you. And that's what it is. I've learned this. It's helped me big time when I go to meetings or I'm talking to customers. I'm listening to them to understand what their problem is. And then my response is so much better. And with my response being better, it influences people. It's all right, me coming in and telling you, yeah, get this render done because it's best one. It'll look like this. It'll look sick. Yeah, do. Straight away, has he even listened to me? Do you know what I mean? No. I'm just telling you what I want. Really, you've got to listen to them and then respond with what they want to know. Do you know what I mean? With the information they want to know. That's how you win friends and influence people. That's it. Easy as that. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Sick book. Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex Skin. There's one good book that I listened to, right, from it's actually a lass, and she's called Maria Hatzistefanis, businesswoman. Yeah, you know that one, don't you? Yeah. I actually bought this one for Sarah. I didn't even get it for me. I bought it for Sarah. She listened to it, and then it was just on my playlist. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to have listened to that and listen to it. It was awesome. Basically, another book about, cracking on. It's about business and about never giving up. So that was a good one. First Man In, Ant Middleton. He's a sick guy. But this one, right, and this one, guys, right, is something that relates to me now. So you know now that I work by myself. I listened to a book called Company of One, and I've listened to a book called Company of One. It's by Paul Jarvis, and I listened to it. I must be on about 6 times listening to it. Every time I listen to something, I learn something new. And that book is mega. It basically talks about how to make business of one. And
not even just being a business of one.
You are?
It's not being just one person.
Yeah, but it is more than that. That's what I mean. But from the outlook of that book, how it actually we should do a book club. We should start a book club. What it is, yeah, the Company of One, right? It ain't just saying like, oh yeah, work on yourself, do this, work by yourself, do your own job, blah blah. It's not that. It talks to you and it explains to you certain things that you can do, as a company of one. Like, you're so much better as a company of one. Like, you can make moves so quick and decisions so quick as a company of one. Whereas if you've got, other directors, you've got loads of members of staff, you have to worry constantly about keeping it going, stuff like that. Company of one, how this is explained to you and how it goes through. A lot of the most successful companies in the world are a company of one. Everyone who works there or works with them or is part of their supply chain is not their company, it's their own company. And this for me is a big thing, because I know in our game, right, a lot of people are worried about working with other plasterers or renderers because they feel like they're going to nick the jobs. They feel like they're going to nick their links, or they're going to, they don't want to talk to them because they're like on the cut. I was in a meeting a few months back with another company and I asked him how much he charges the meeting. He went, I can't tell you that. I don't give a fuck what you charge. Do you know what I mean? I charge what I charge. I'm just asking because, you you were doing a different type of work. You were doing commercial work. I was doing domestic work. And he didn't want to say. It's like, whoa, you know, mate, I'm not going to try and undercut you with your customers by £2 or something. I just wanted to know. But he didn't want to tell me. It's like, you know, all right, pal. You know what I mean? I might have said to him, oh, is that what you get? Well, how about if you're stuck sometime, I might come and work with you if you want an extra hand. You know, there could have been an option there for him or for me. But he shut it off. No. So, like I say, company of one, it's all about your supply chain. It's all about who works with you, what you do, what you don't do. Saying no to things that aren't right for you is a big thing. So, yeah, that one is one of my favourite books. Sorry, guys, I'm going to stop the book club now. I hope you all go check them out. I'm going to answer Josh's question. Right, okay. Mark Neeson, hotboxing. I don't do nothing like that. No hotboxing with me, Mark. No hotboxing. I don't even drink no more. Teetotal me, bro. Yeah, there are a lot of snakes out there. But what... You know what, mate? Yeah, there is a lot of snakes out there. You're right. There is. But real people, right? I used to do work. This is what it is. I work for a company in Leeds, builder. And when my company were going down, yeah, check this out. When my company were fucking up underneath me and people were jumping ship, yeah. Honestly, do you know how many of them tried to take my leads from me? Do you know how many tried to take my leads from me, my jobs from me? Fucking nearly all of them, mate. Nearly all of them. Laughable. People told me. Builders were like, ah, so-and-so's been in touch with me, trying to nick your job. So-and-so's been in touch with me, trying to think of this job. Don't surprise me. So these snakes out there, but never let the snakes change you or make you bitter. Don't matter. Don't matter. As soon as I was back on my feet again, who did I come to? Me. They fucked them off. Well, they didn't even use them in the first place. I remember one guy in particular trying to nick loads of my work, mate. And the guy just went like, ah, you mad, you. He said off. Won't do that. I won't do that to Joe. You know what I mean? Nah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Mark. I know what you mean, man. I'm joking. But yeah, the guy just went out, nah, won't do that to Joe. He was all right. You know, that builder was all right. Some other builders did. So I know two guys who left my company and went and nicked a 65 grand job, mate. They wouldn't have got 65 grand. They'd have got paid by the day, like I said, them updates. But the job to me was 65 grand. And, you know, they made it a bit fruity, and I had to call it a day with that firm. And they went and left my company on that Friday and went work for them on Monday. I was like, fucking what? Drop me shit on me other jobs and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever. But no one talks about that. So these snakes out there, mate. These snakes out there. But the thing is, don't ever let them keep you down, man. Like, I ain't bothered. I don't mind telling anyone information. I don't mind it. Me, I don't think there's a problem with it. End of the day, mate. If someone works with me and then they try to go nick a contact of mine, and my contact says, yeah, they're as bad as each other. They deserve each other. Do your thing, man. Get your sin off. I don't care. Yeah, man. I think you just got to be yourself, me, man. Always be yourself. But yeah. Mark Neeson, I know what you mean, mate, of course. Don't forget about my question, mate. How soon after applying a meshing base coat do you jump on it with a diamond floor? Is it straight away or leave it a bit? Right, my buddy. I'm going to tell you now. Right. There is no specific time for you to get your diamond float on. I can't tell you a time. I can't tell you it's 10 minutes. I can't tell you it's 20 minutes, an hour. I can't tell you. All changes, right? It all changes and comes down to what the humidity is like, what the temperature's like, what the wind's like, how thick is it on. You know, there's loads of different variables that come into it. I think the best way for me to gauge how, you know, when I'm to go onto it, is if it needs a bit of water, honestly. So you're usually using a high polymer base coat when you're going to be, you know, meshing up, or sand and cement, you know, obviously not sand and cement, but OCR people use all that. The KC, is it KC1 or KC2? I don't know what it is from Faster. I think that's what you might use. But the reality is, yeah, when it needs a bit of water, that's when it is. So if you can do it when it's wet, you're just going to be dragging it about and moving it about. You want to, when you have to give it a little mist with water and then rub it, that's when you go on. Better still, guys, what a lot of people do as well, and I do this quite a bit, is I'll put it on, I'll rule it up, I'll mesh it, I'll flatten it in with a spat, then I'll go over it with an open spat and open it up. Yeah, HP12 is great for this, Josh. Go over it with a spat. And then what I'll do, because I don't want to leave it totally closed if I want to get it on, if it's a smaller wall or whatever, I'll then go over it with a spat a little bit more opened up and basically it'll leave little incisions in the wall and it'll let the air get to it and help it to cure out a bit quicker. What I do then, when it's going and it is getting, you might touch it and think, oh, bloody hell, that's not going to diamond up. That's fine. But what you do then is you give it a mist of water, then get your sponge out or your power float out with a sponge on it. Go over it all so it brings it back, right? But all it's bringing back is the surface, and that's what you want. So once you've diamond floated it up, once you've sponged it up with a power float or you've used your hand sponge, then you've got the nice, it's live again. You're nice. Then you get your diamond float and you just get over it then. That's it. So that's how I do it. That's how I judge it. X32 from EcoRend is my main one that I use. And that's great for it. I was talking to Dave Annex about this before, because when you do thin coat with X32, you can let the gear, you can put on a bigger area by yourself as well and let it more or less go. As long as you wet it down and get sponge on it, you bring it back to life and you get your diamond on it. So that's all you need to do. The intertime, mate, like I said, isn't a specific time to get on it because render goes on all different thicknesses. The weather changes all the time. Humidity is always different. But I'll tell you now, don't let it go to the point where it starts to change colour and go pale. Don't let it go that far. But when you touch it and it don't move and it ain't wet and it ain't coming back on your hands, then you want to get some moisture on it, buff it up a little bit, and then get your diamond on. So it always works a bit better with a sponge first, I found. Even sometimes if it's a small wall, I'll just for the sake of having a shoulder workout, I'll just use the diamond. But a lot of the time, sponge, then diamond. That does it. So, yeah. What's this? What have we got here? Go on, mate. HP12. Yes, Jay. What's that? Great. It's been struggling for work for 2 this week. Been pulling in so quick. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. Like Wayne said there, let it go off. Give it a mist and power float it with sponge. Diamond, get it on the end if you want. Yeah, great tip, James. You've been struggling with it, been pulling so quick. James, check this out, right? A lot of people don't like to do stuff like this because it's an extra cost. They don't like to use primers, S10 bonding agent and stuff like that. They don't like to use it because it's an extra cost. All you need to do, mate, is get an S10, something like that from EcoRend. I love it, me. I love it. If I've got a wall that's a bit big, bit juicy, or I've got something that I might be struggling with, a bit awkward or whatever, I'll just put some S10 on my brickwork or on my scratch coat, whatever. All it does, it gives you that extra bit of time, and I find it gives me the perfect amount of time for me to get on what I need to get on and get over it. That's what it is. So don't be scared to use little additives like that, mate. A lot of people won't buy them because they think, oh, no, I'll just wet it down. But there's no, water's different than, S10 and stuff like that, because water will just evaporate quick and get sucked in quick. Whereas this, it helps the gear stick, but it also, it kind of like, I don't know what it does, mate. It's kind of like a coating, but it helps it bond and it helps it slow down. You get a lot more time with it. And I talked to the guys at EcoRend, I talked to Matt Schofield and all that, and he told me, mate, get some of that S10 on your walls. You'll find out how much easier your life is, because we don't want to be chasing our ass all the time. So, and it don't make it hang around till, it's too late and stuff. It just slows it down a little bit more for you so you can get on what you need to and then get back to it. That's all it does. So I recommend you use that if you're struggling with it, mate, and it will pulling in like folk, especially in hot weather. Get it on. Get some of that S10. So, yeah, sponge when you're pushing in the grain with diamond float. Yeah, that's it. You'll know when it's nice, and you know when it's ready to go. You'll know when it's ready to go. But let it go off. A lot of people go on it too wet, thinking that it's going to dry on them too quick, and like, oh, shit, I'm going to get caught out. But you're not. Just let it go. Especially X32. Like I said, as soon as you put water back on that, poof, comes back to life. What the surface does anyway. The bottom's all right. So I found it being really good and stable, to be honest. Well, guys, I have talked to you guys for so long. I've talked to you about a long time. Sarah wants to go to bed. I need to go rub a baby bump. My baby bump. Our baby bump. So I need to go to bed, man. How do you go on with tiny reveals and stuff? Josh, I'm going to actually do a video for you because I've got something that a lot of people won't use for the reveals. I'm going to do one for you. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you it because a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people don't use certain tool that I use. I always use it for my reveals, and it works a treat. So I'm going to show you, and then you're going to go buy one, and you're going to use it, and you're going to go, why don't I think of that? So yeah. Other than that, guys, thanks for listening and watching and being part of it. I'll tell you what, yeah. Do you know what would be great? If I know you know what would be great, yeah. Smashed it tonight, Jock. Sweaty sock, liberties. Oh, I get anxiety rubbing up my TZ against some dusty, grainy base coat that's just been sponged. Yeah, I know what you mean. I need one for next week. So I hope it's out sharpish. I'll do a little one tomorrow and I'll put it on TikTok or something like that. Oh no, I can't do it tomorrow. It'll be Friday.
You just tell him what it is then.
I'll tell you what it is. So basically, on my reveals, Sarah's telling me I have to tell you. Basically, what I do for my reveals, right? You know, the Tylers use the two-sided. Nearly sneezed then. They use the two-sided trowels, don't they? Notched and smooth. I use the notched trowel to do all my reveals. That's what I do. So spray on, I get the notched trowel in. So it's kind of like a mini serrated. I go up my reveals, go all the way around them, round them, and then I put my mesh in, flip it over, flatten. There you go. So I use a Tyler's trowel to do my reveals, all of them. That's what I do. And since I've been doing that, my reveals have been a million times better. I used to try and get me fucking serrated in and that. And some people, you know, sometimes you just stick your trowel in and think your trowel does it, but you still need to get the, you know, the lines in and stuff and get the air out and stuff like that. So if you find when you've just used your trowel to get it on and go like that, yeah, you'll find that you'll get little air pockets behind it and stuff like that. So, yeah, you've seen me using it in my vids. Yeah, there you go. So I use that so that I get rid of all the air in the reveals because it's a nightmare when you come to do a reveal or you pull your tape off and there's an air pocket and it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? I should have done that. But yeah, I use that for my reveals, mate. Anything that's tight, I'll use that. Do you know what I mean? I'll just get it in little reveals. You know, any columns or like that, I'll use that, mate, because it's good. They're good trowels for it. So yeah, get yourself a Tyler's trowel. Double-sided one. I want one of them Hoods ones, me. You know, Hoods tiling. I want one of his from Rafina, but I ain't paying 40 bar. I tried to drop in DMs and get one, but they both not blocked me, both aired me. So fuck them, like, I'm not getting one anyway now. So yeah, I'm gonna get my own. But yeah, man, good little tip for you there. Get you sent a Tyler's trowel for your reveals. Push D and work for plimps as well because the toe's good as well on plimp, so get one for plimps as well. But yeah, right, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I was going to say to you, if you are all do me a favor, if you're still watching now, just do me a favor, right? This will help my website because I've jumped from, now I'm all about organic. I've jumped from page 9 on Google to page 2 in Google in the last few months because I've been doing some work on the website. Now, if you guys went to www.rendervate.co.uk, if all of you from different parts of the country went on, this is a trick for you that I learned from one of my late night YouTube listening things. If all of you guys went to my website, Google would give me big ratings and move me to number 1 probably because it's loads of different IPA or VPN. I don't know what it is. All these different ones from around the country means that my website must be good or something good must be going on there because people are logging on from different parts of the country. IP address. So if you go on there, you guys just type in our website, go on it, click through a few pages, and then go off and do whatever, put your palm back on, whatever the fuck you're watching, I don't know. If you do that, it'll help my website big time. And that's the only thing I ask of you to do. Please. So anyway, I'm going to go, guys. I love yous. I leave yous. And yeah, I'm going to have a good one. I'm going to relax. Thanks a lot, Josh, mate. Some good interaction with you there, mate. Some good chatting, man. Some good chatting. Wayne, do it now. Do it now, Wayne. You know you want to do it now. But listen, I'll catch up with you soon. I'll stay away from Wayne, me. Is a problem. Right. I'm off, guys. I'll catch you later on. Enough respect. Bye-bye. And now.